I think that's also the thing, when you know it's coming, you can almost like base an opinion around it or build a story around it, or, you know, either you're happy or you're not happy. That's why I quite like to spring it on you guys normally. Here we go. Okay, it's 1 o'clock now. Okay. We'll just wait for the others to pop on.
Hi, sorry, a little bit late.
That's okay. We haven't done anything yet.
Cool.
How are you?
I can hardly walk.
I can hardly walk.
Can you walk?
No, I cannot. I tried to shower. Well, I didn't try to shower. I did shower afterwards. And I was like, oh, this feels shitty. Why don't I have a bath? I don't have a bath. I don't have a shower. But my hip flexors are were feeling terrible anyway over the weekend, just very, very tight. And now it's like, I don't think I'll ever walk again.
Just gonna seize up. I did it last night as well, and then this morning, so my legs are also complaining a little bit.
Wow.
That's a wow.
Won't be walking much today. Okay, I don't have a huge amount to talk to you guys about. More so just to check in about your arm balance workshop. All right, have you had a chance to watch the slides for the arm balance workshop yet? Yeah, some yay, some no, cool. So I know you don't have a due date for that. Thanks for letting me know. So if you want to watch the video, if you haven't already, and then put together your own arm balance workshop. All right, so it can be whatever you want it to be. You see there are some examples for you there, like a beginner's arm balance and somewhat inversion workshop, and then an advanced one where you can link similar poses that go together. Like today, if we warmed up a whole lot of hamstrings and inner thighs, maybe you would group similar arm balances where that would be useful. Yeah? Hurdlers, Titibhasana, those kind of things. Vishvamistrasana, as you can see, is quite a nasty pose. So that would be quite an advanced arm balance workshop if you wanted to bring in that one. But we have so many arm balances to work with. It could be a twisted theme arm balance workshop. It can be just basics going through Bakasana, plank, side plank, because there's a lot in that as is. Or you can do things where you've got one leg over the shoulder, Titibhasana, hurdler's pose, those kind of things, Bhujapidasana. Yes, Janine.
Laura, is this a one-day workshop?
Yeah.
Or split it over? Okay, so maybe like a 2-hour or an hour and a half workshop.
Exactly. So you've done a 6-week program for your beginners. You've done a program for your privates. So this one is pretty much just a workshop, 2 to 3 hours, because I mean, there's not much you can't be on your hands for too long. And then just themed around whatever you want to focus on, and make it useful for yourself. If you wanted to put together an arm balancing workshop for next weekend, what would you do? So maybe you're going to incorporate like things you've really experienced over this course and over this time where we've explored all these crazy poses. Looking forwards and leaning forwards could be a big theme around just your, some of your fundamental arm balances. Drishti, creating shelves. Yes, Claire?
You found a sweet spot in terms of the length of a workshop. So, often you find like sometimes if you've got too few people, things just don't work. And sometimes if you've got too many people, it just doesn't work. In your experience, have you found that sweet spot of, 9 people is like a really good size to have for arm balance workshops? And, if you keep it to an hour and 45 minutes and 50 seconds, I don't know, anything like that.
Unfortunately, I don't have a magic formula for you, Claire. I always find I land up talking so much that I end up filling up all the time because I have so much to say and I'm so overly excited about things. And it's also nice, even if you have a lot of time, allow time for questions. And even, you know, let them ask questions, let them explore, give them a few chances to do the pose. Like even today, I mean, if we weren't so tired, we would have liked to do that like a few more times until you're proper broken, I'm sure. Because you want to keep doing it, especially with arm balances, because you're learning that skill work of leaning forwards, looking forwards, you get a little hint of it, and then you want to repeat. It takes quite long. So I think 2 hours minimum for me. I mean, it depends what you're covering. And then if you want to, you know, discuss more, if you have a lot more to prep, like if you're doing a big flexibility kind of orientated arm balance, maybe you need more time to prep hamstrings, and you can go really slow with it, which is nice, lying on their back and gentle warming up to kind of sustain and kind of progressively build, because you don't want to dive right in and then everyone's so tired 15 minutes in. I think that's the biggest thing you've got to watch, is how can we prep all the other shapes without exhausting their arms, and wrists are going to be a big thing, especially in a beginner's workshop. Yeah, Kara says she's never seen a workshop under 2 hours. Yeah, so I would say 2.5 hours, 3 hours, it depends. And of course, you could do a workshop series, you know, maybe over, you know, a couple weekends or something and kind of cover them all. But keep it easy for yourself. Just do a 2 to 3 hour workshop for now. If you want to take it further, feel free to. Make it relevant for yourself. Okay, I'm seeing hands. Claire, did that not really answer your question?
No, I'm happy with that. I think it's also a little bit of guesswork, and I suppose it's got to do with what you're comfortable with. I mean, you look at Dylan's workshops and he's got so many people coming. So I think it's more about, okay, how do you feel comfortable and how much do you want to cover? And again, how much time are you, so if you've got 2 hours, do you really want to deal with 20, 30 people? Are you going to give them the attention and help that they need? I don't know, but if you're extending it to 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever, then maybe. I suppose it's just playing around to see what works for you.
Absolutely.
I was going to ask with the longer workshops, I don't know, I was in a bit of conflict. Would you take like not a tea break, but like a water break, or let everybody get up and wander around for like 5 or 10 minutes before jumping back in if you did like a longer workshop?
Yes, I would think so. If it is quite long, it is maybe nice even just to have a toilet break. Because you know what ladies are like.
Yeah.
Yes, I think 2 hours. If you're going longer, if you're doing 4 hours, maybe you need a little break in between.
Yeah.
But
Also
it so depends what you're teaching, what you're doing, where you're at, who the people. Maybe others have experience they'd like to share. So we'll open that up for discussion as well. For Dose, you had your hand up, and then Ashton.
Yeah, Laura, I just had 2 questions. The one is, I'm sorry, did you say when it's due? I must have literally
I ran on a long tangent and I didn't end up saying that. Let's say for Wednesday, if you can have it in on Wednesday, and then we'll go through them on Thursday. That should give you enough time. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Well, for me, yeah. And then I just wanted to just throw it out there. Like, obviously, we're preparing a lot of stuff based on like a studio setting, but obviously we don't even know when we would be able to get back into studios. So do you think that there's something you could do that uses like studio centric props? So not everybody's going to have a block or straps or whatever. Like, what can you do? Because you really need that for an arm balance work.
Yes. Good question. And I think it's awesome to also think about that now. If you want to run something fairly soon, I mean, for us, I mean, it doesn't look like studios will be open anytime soon. I know one of our students did a little how to make your own block at home little workshop thing on Instagram, and she took a couple of books and then wrapped them like a present, or it was taped or something, and she made her own block for at home. So it is quite cool to incorporate things you have around the house. I mean, because like a big dictionary or something like that actually works perfectly, as long as you're not damaging it in any way, that you can kind of, you know, protect it. Solid packs of coffee are excellent blocks as well, said Kara. So yeah, I think they would be really awesome for those. And I think the block is the most useful thing, especially if you're teaching like crow for the first time. Having your feet kind of perched on a block is great, and what other things can we use at home? So go for it. I will I will send you Jess's little block thing for dose. Remind me after this. I thought it was quite sweet. Well, she did a little tutorial on making your own homemade block. Maybe something you could share before the workshop. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Interesting times we're in. Ashton?
Hi, Laura. Yes, my question pertains more to layout when we're talking about workshops. I was wondering, do you center around developing certain arm balance poses and doing peak pose sequencing towards that? Or could you break it down into elements which are helpful across the board in terms of arm balance? So say do a couple of poses and exercises that focus on drishti, a couple of exercises and poses or activities that focus on transferring your weight onto an arm shelf, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's great to bring in finding different ways just to like experience finding a shelf or finding drishti. So there's an element of peak pose sequencing because you want to get them round and compact and knee squeezing. But I think it would be awesome if you brought in other stuff as well to really bring in that skill work to help them find to get into the pose. So both, you answered your own question there perfectly.
Fantastic. Thank you for being the sounding board.
Okie dokie. All right, so put together your own arm balance workshop, maybe with stuff you've learned over the last few weeks, Titibhasana, hurdlers, some interesting twisted arm balances. Make it relevant for yourself. Sound fun? That's all I really needed to talk to you guys about today. If you can get those to me by Wednesday, and I'll give you feedback on Thursday, so anytime over Wednesday, and we can explore that a little bit more. Any other questions to do with arm balances? I pretty much spoke quite a lot about it in the video. I'm not sure if there's anything else you want from me.
That was a very thorough video, like, yay, it was really, really good.
Oh, thank you. It was my first time having to do these speaking to myself kind of slides. It's very awkward. If you saw the bloopers, there were many. I had to pretend there were people behind the screen that I was actually talking to. Otherwise, it's quite awkward. It's not easy. Hey, Eva?
Yes.
At least you can imagine the people that you're going to be presenting it to when you don't even know the people that are going to be on the course, because we did all those long before the course started. You have no idea who's going to watch them. It's quite an interesting experience. Lockdown has taught me a lot of additional skills over this time.
Woo!
Good. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed that nasty mean class today. And for those that are still going to do it, I hope you have fun. I wanted to show you one more version of the pose. I know it's tricky when normally I would do this with our Iyengar chairs. Have you ever seen those yoga chairs?
I think so.
They're amazing. And it's quite a specific chair because you can like sit through it and you can have your legs, you can sit on it backwards, you can sit on it sideways, and it's quite a good height as well. So I love using the chairs and we do all arm balances on chairs. I'll have to do a workshop for you guys one day in real life when we all have access to these chairs. Excuse me in my comfy pants. But just for fun, there's my chair. It's not an ideal chair, of course, because it's like a dining room chair. But other ways of playing with poses, and this one's really fun to do it with, is you could have, my chair's a little bit high, so I'll use my block a little bit high. And you could move into your Titibhasana with the chair. Which is also really fun. Warrior twos, side angles, very Iyengar-y stuff. But if you were live with me today, you would have done it that way as well. So I just thought I would share. Eva?
I just wonder, when I saw that on the chair, do you do that with the aerial hammock as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was saying to Claire earlier, there's so many awesome ways you can do this pose in the hammock as well, because you can have your leg in the sling and many different ways. I mean, you can have your back leg also in the fabric. It's just like, it would also be a really fun way to prep for this pose.
Yes. Ariel's amazing. Everyone has to try.
All right, any other questions? Anything else?
I have an arbitrary question. I was looking for the Pincha Mayurasana class and I couldn't spot it on YouTube. Are all the classes being put up? Is it
We
just
haven't
late?
done a pincher one, Claire. Are you looking for the headless headstand?
That one. That
Someone
one.
else, I think Vedette also asked me for that.
Yeah.
Not here today. Some of them, just because when we had so many, I just shared them a little bit, just because it seemed a little bit overwhelming to scroll through so much. So I will make all of those available. Okay.
Cool. Thank you. But I remember, I think I missed 3 of the classes, and I know I think there were 2 inversions and 1 other. And then I was like, okay, well, let's just go through each of them and tick off. And I'm a little bit weird or pedantic, as like I need to go through each little thingy, and then I'm like, I'm stuck here. I can't find this one. I can't go past this one until I've found this one.
Okay, we'll do it straight after this. I'll make all of those available again, so you can go through them. Okay. And then I'm hoping to actually record all these classes and put them on a website for like class purposes as well. Like I was telling Eva, to kind of just so we can also keep sharing and keep playing with more poses, because there's so much we can do. For Dose.
Yeah, Laura, just on that, how long will the classes be available for us to look at on the YouTube? Like, when the course ends, is it all going to disappear? Or
No,
will you
I
guys
think it's all
carry-
going to stay up there for quite a while, so they shouldn't disappear anytime soon, at least for the next month going forwards. And then I'm hoping to put them just in a better kind of platform, because of course the video quality and sound and all that isn't the best. I mean, you guys don't mind because you were there most of the time. So I'm hoping to improve that a little bit and add more and just kind of keep the momentum going, seeing as we have new skills of recording classes online now.
No,
I'll
so we
keep
can
them
still
up.
do them for a while afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. I won't take them off anytime soon.
Cool.
Okay, Janine, did you have you want to do the splits class again? I'll pop them all up. Okay, there's just going to be a lot to scroll through, but maybe I'll take some of the 200-hour stuff off, and then it'll be less.
Laura, just create playlists.
Playlists.
Then you can just go into the playlist. These are the classes. These are the chats. This is 200. This is 300. Disperse.
We tried to do that in the beginning. I remember there was a snag of sorts. I think Catherine has managed like the main control over it, so I might get her to do that. I don't think I can do it, but we'll check in. We'll keep you posted. But in the meantime, I'll make them all available.
And then the cheekiness in me, don't forget, for those, you can also download YouTube videos.
Really?
Yes. There is a YouTube to MP4 converter. You put in the URL of the YouTube video and download.
So you have to download this converter thing first.
It's not a download, it's just a website. I'll send you the link that I use.
Just steal them. Just steal them for those.
I do.
But then you can't have it on your computer, right? You have to put it on a
No,
something
you
else.
can. You
No,
can.
it's on I've got it on my computer. I've got it on a USB stick. I carry it around. Uh-huh.
Oh, skills.
But you don't need a link if you have got the YouTube channel app on your phone. There's a button that says download video.
That's only onto your YouTube app. So it doesn't stay downloaded. And then you've got a link to the internet to keep those downloads on your YouTube app for every 14 days. It sort of syncs them, kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't have any apps.
Yeah, the URL means you can download it permanently onto your stuff.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Sounds good. Any other questions to do with arm balances? Anything? Any other questions? Yes, go for it, Roxy. We are pretty much done.
Thank you. I apologize. It's been a crazy, crazy Monday, and I'm trying to slot everything and not be late. So if I can go and watch the video, that would really help me out.
No, I think we're pretty much done. If there's no other questions, it just looks like we're going to go on a few tangents about YouTube, but go for it, Roxy. I've said everything you've needed to hear.
Have a lovely, lovely day, everyone.
Bye. All right. Anyone else? Anything else? Yeah. Good. Well, I'll chat to you again on email later this week about your arm balance workshop. Hope you have fun, enjoy it, make it relevant for yourselves always. And we'll chat again then. And then I think I see you next week for another exciting arm balance edition. I'm not giving away any secrets this time.
It wasn't you who gave away the secret. You're going to have to give to Catherine under lock and key there.
Sneaky. I'm telling no one. Okay, have a beautiful day, everyone.
Maybe Claire knows how to hack your YouTube channel and she will see something before.
Claire, you never know with Claire. Awesome, guys. Thanks for checking in. Have a lovely day. Chat soon.
Thank you.
Laura. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye, guys.